Journey to the Center of the Earth is a unique dark ride at Tokyo DisneySea. This is a super immersive experience with one of the most advanced animatronics ever in a thrilling finale. Simply put, this is one of the world's best dark rides. I will explain why in this review. Disney originally conceived a Journey to the Center of the Earth ride at Disneyland Paris. This would have been a free-fall ride similar to Tower of Terror. It would have been part of Discovery Mountain. This was an ambitious concept, but was scrapped due to cost. The project was instead scaled back to Space Mountain. In late 1998, Epcot opened Test Track. This was one part dark ride and one part thrill ride. Using a slot car system, cars are propelled along a track. This includes sudden accelerations and decelerations. The experience culminated in a high-speed outdoor course, which hit speeds of 65 miles per hour or over 100 kilometers per hour. This was, and still is, the fastest Disney ride of all time. While highly popular, this ride had some issues. This is why it opened 2 years later than planned. 1. The tires could not withstand the ride's speeds. This was fixed relatively quickly before opening. 2. The original software could only run 6 vehicles. Disney took a year to revise the software, but it was buggy in the ride's early years. This would lead to breakdowns. 3. The capacity was not ideal. The vehicles sat just 6 riders in 2 rows of 3. Most riders arrived in groups of 2 or 4. This would cause single seats to go out empty. This led to the ride employing a single rider line, and it is very common for 1 or 2 riders to be pulled from it per vehicle. This is great for single riders, but it causes the main standby line to move way more slowly. 4. The ride cannot operate in the rain. Flash forward to Tokyo DisneySea. This park opened as the second gate at the Tokyo Disney Resort in 2001. One of the anchor attractions from day one was Journey to the Center of the Earth. This would be a next-generation version of Test Track's ride system, and this ride has been a smashing success. Based on the famous Jules Verne novel, this ride anchors Mysterious Island. The land is dominated by Mount Prometheus, a 189-foot or 58-meter tall volcano. This is stunning on its own, especially when it erupts, but it also contains the show building for Journey to the Center of the Earth. From within the land, this ride adds so much energy. Vehicles blast out of the volcano and run along the edge of the land every few seconds, and there's also a giant driller embedded in the highly detailed rockwork. The entrance is in a dark cavern. The ride logo is atmospherically ominous and orange, and it's like it's illuminated by lava. You then have a highly themed queue. The outdoor part doesn't have too much as you run alongside the cave's walls, but the interior part has a lot to see. It continues the cavern aesthetic, and then you pass through the labs of Captain Nemo. You see a bunch of science equipment, and Lerny has been tunneling underground, documenting his findings. This includes the discovery of a giant egg of an unknown monster. This leads to a pre-show of sorts. Guests are loaded into Terravators, which are elevators that supposedly take you down to the base a half-mile below ground level. In reality, these elevators actually raise you upwards to the load platform, which is inside of Mount Prometheus. But you would never know you went up while on board the elevator, as it is masked by a series of lights, sounds, and shaking. This leads to a dark load platform. It maintains the rocky aesthetic while also adding in some steam features. And there are springs to prevent cave-ins due to increased seismic activity. The vehicles look like steampunk excavators. They look great off-ride. However, they have a roof, so your view is partially obstructed if you are not in the front row. For that reason, I would recommend the front row. Many rides in Japan do not take row requests, but the Tokyo Disney Resort and this ride do. You will not be disappointed sitting up front. Each vehicle seats a max of 6 riders like Test Track. However, the vehicles here are instead arranged with 3 rows of 2. This reflects how there are more even-numbered groups than odd-numbered groups. This allows more guests to be pulled from the primary line, which is an improvement over Test Track. Due to the short vehicles, there are a ton on the course at once. Multiple vehicles are loaded and dispatched together, and per usual for Disney, they send them out quickly. You will see a train cycling through every few seconds. Still, This ride can generate a sizable queue. It usually has one of the longer waits in the park, as it hovers around the 60 to 90 minute mark most days. What can you do to avoid the worst waits? Option 1 is to rope drop this attraction. For this approach to work, you need to arrive at the front gate at least 1 hour early. The line to get into this park in the morning can be massive, and it takes a while too. Most guests seem to start with Fantasy Springs or the American waterfront area, but this ride usually is a sizable wait at least a half hour after opening. Option 2 is to head here in the evening. During the last hour, the wait times drop significantly. It is often 50 to 75% shorter than it is at other points in the day. On one of our visits last year, this ride just a 10-minute wait in the final hour, so we were able to marathon it. There is one risk to this strategy though. Tokyo DisneySea will close queues early if a line gets too long, so if you try this approach, make sure it is for re-rides and not your one and only ride. Option 3 is to purchase Premier Access. This paid skip the line pass is the quickest way to board the attraction most times. You are routed directly to the Terravators, so you often board in less than 10 minutes. These cost 1,500 yen, or roughly $9.50 per person per ride. Whereas these passes can sell out for the Fantasy Springs rides, Journey had good availability open to close. One important touring note: unlike Test Track and Radiator Springs racers, this ride can actually operate in the rain. This is because the outdoor portion is much briefer, and all the acceleration occurs in the enclosed sections. And in general, this ride is extremely reliable. I did not see it go down once in my 2 days last year. The most common reason this ride is closed is for annual maintenance. This burned me in my first visit to the park in 2018. In recent years, this ride's refurbishments have taken place in October and the start of November, but consult the park calendar in advance of your visit to confirm its availability. Once seated, each row is secured by a shared lap bar. These look similar to the ones in Tiana's Bio Adventure at the Magic Kingdom, so if you have a smaller guest next to a larger guest, the smaller guest will get a ton of room, which will definitely come into play. I was really surprised this ride did not have the seatbelts like the other Disney slog car rides, but I thought these restraints were more freeing. This does cause the minimum height restriction of a higher 46 inches versus the 40 inches of Test Track or Radiator Springs racers. As with most Disney attractions, everything rides with you, so be prepared to put bags down by your feet. The ride begins with a tranquil journey. It is meant to be a scientific research mission. You start by crawling through a cavern of glowing crystals. These are colorful and paired with whimsical music. It sort of reminds me of the aesthetic on Navi River Journey. After some green flashes, you enter a cave filled with mushrooms and some strange creatures. They look friendly and innocent. These are a mix of insects and amphibians that look like something from a Star Wars planet. It looks really cool, and these animatronics have some movement back and forth, while also producing some cute sounds. It is worth noting the animatronics and big show effects are spaced out. The sequences in between are those themed caverns, and they're plenty atmospheric. It is sort of like how Rise of the Resistance, where you have those nicely themed hallways in between the actual scenes. It works. But things suddenly take a turn, both literally and figuratively. Due to an earthquake and a cave-in, you veer off course. Your new route is much darker, with ominous music playing. You then pass some giant eggs reminiscent of the ones in Nemo's notes from the queue. These are bigger than riders, so you know whoever laid them is massive. Up ahead is a bluish cavern. This would look magical, except there are lightning flashes in the distance. Suddenly, a gas cloud next to the train is struck by a large lightning bolt. This is a sudden and incredible practical effect. You then proceed forwards, hearing roars. The cave starts looking more and more orange due to fire. Then in front of you, a large fireball ignites not once, but twice. You really feel the heat. Then as you round the corner, you enter the heart of the volcano and see who laid those eggs. It's the lava monster, which is one of the world's best animatronics between its appearance, scale, and movements. This is a massive and angry insect. It looks terrifying with its sharp claws and long fangs. I wish you had more time to appreciate all the detail, but you see it for maybe 4 to 5 seconds tops. But before it can get you, the car suddenly accelerates for that high-speed portion. The initial takeoff feels like a launch on a family coaster, but you just keep on building up more and more speed while gradually accelerating uphill. The sense of speed is great, as it is accentuated by the smoke blasts, enclosed cavern, and darkness. You soon hit an extended curve in the dark that offers solid and very sustained laterals. Eventually, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You then accelerate over a camelback, which concludes with a giant drop outdoors. This may be the single wildest moment on any Disney attraction. On most coasters, you decelerate due to gravity as you crest hills. On Journey, you are actively accelerating uphill, so you crest this hill with a ton of speed. It feels unnatural. This results in good and very sustained float or airtime on the drop. I have never gotten airtime like that in any other Disney attraction. This is particularly epic if you have some room between you and your lap bar. It felt like I was standing up on some of my rides. That's how much airtime you get. The drop is also visually cool as it shoots into a dark cave. Again, you are not outside for long. The high-speed portion lasts maybe 16 seconds, but is super memorable. You hit speeds of 47 miles per hour or 76 kilometers per hour. This is slower than Test Track, but quite a bit faster than Radiator Springs Racers at Disney California Adventure. But those two rides do not offer airtime like Journey does. It is wilder than anything those two rides do. You then begin decelerating in the dark. You head outdoors briefly over a bridge, which offers a view overlooking Mysterious Island. Then you head back inside the volcano to the unload platform, ending the experience. This ride is roughly 3 minutes in duration. That is much shorter than a lot of Disney dark rides, but I had heard that going in, so I went in with proper expectations. This ride is quality over quantity, and that is fine by me. This ride starts with great theming before building up to a sequence with thrills emulating a coaster. And in case anyone was wondering, this ride is very smooth. You may feel the vehicle jerk slightly when it's braking, but it's no issue at all. What would I rate Journey to the Center of the Earth? I would give this ride perfect 10 out of 10. This truly is one of the world's best dark rides. The mountain and caverns are breathtaking. Then, there are some impressive practical effects with the lightning and fire. There are animatronics mixed in, including the incredible lava monster. And the ride culminates in an exciting high-speed portion with some laterals and very shocking airtime on the drop. Of the slot car rides, I definitely prefer this to Test Track. This one is way better theming. Then I narrowly prefer Radiator Springs Racers. Journey is the best animatronic and the most thrilling moment with that camelback / drop, but Radiator Springs Racers has a bit more to it. Journey is absolutely one of the best rides at the Tokyo Disney Resort, and a cannot miss attraction. Those are my thoughts on Journey to the Center of the Earth at Tokyo DisneySea. What are your thoughts on this ride? Do you agree it's a world-class dark ride? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.